Dancing with the Stars, Season 17, Week 7, Team Dance Week, Review and Recap. So after the mishap that happened last week with the voting, leading to no one being eliminated, hopefully Bill Engvall or Jack Osbourne will be voted off. Let's see how this goes. Elizabeth and Val were up first, and they danced a quick step to Dance Apocalyptic by Janelle Monáe. And despite lots of fast footwork, there were unfortunately no big moves. So it wasn't very exciting, and without a high level of difficulty in movements, I was left feeling a bit empty. It was really missing some flair. So I'd give it a 24 total. It was good for what it was. Elizabeth received straight 9s from the judges for a total score of 27. Now Brent and Peta are up next, and they danced a jive to Tutti Frutti by Little Richard. Now my first impression was that it looked an awful like a lot like a scene from Glee with the cheesy costumes and all. And at one point in the dance, Brant rips off Peta's skirt, throws it on the floor next to them, and slips on it and nearly falls on his face. I felt that his dance deserved a score of 21 because of the slip. Without the slip, I would have given him a 24. But I have to deduct a point per judge for this mistake. But this was probably his best dance of the whole season. Like Elizabeth, Brant ends up receiving straight 9s from all three judges for a cumulative score of 27. Leah Remini and Tony are up next, and they dance a salsa to I Know You Want Me, Calle Ocho by Pitbull. The dance has some big moves with lifts and flair, and the only issue that I had with it was that it was a bit slow. But other than that, it was good. This was by far her best dance of the season, and she should get a score of 24. I would give her a score of 27 if it was more upbeat and faster. Carrie Ann and Bruno give Leah 9s, and Lynn gives her an 8 for a total score of 26. Leah lets us in on the fact that she's been recovering from a rib injury, and there was no word of whether or not her husband caused it by bedroom boxing. Oh boy, it's time for Jack Osbourne. Jack and Cheryl danced the jive to Going Up the Country by Canned Heat. This is by far Jack's best dance of this season. We're seeing a lot of best dances tonight. He usually sucks beaver, but he was actually okay this time around. His performance had one major flub up. He tried to perform an outside crescent kick, and instead of kicking over his partner's head, his lack of flexibility caused Cheryl to have to alter the dance move a bit. Instead of leaning back for him to kick over her head, she positioned herself far away from his portly leg for safety reasons, and when she leaned back, he appeared to kick over her chest or stomach. Now, he could have, knocked her face off, so be careful, Jack. Be careful. Anyway, I give him a 21 for his score. The judges, however, voted this way. Carrie Ann gave Jack a 10, Lynn gave Jack an 8, and Bruno gave him a 9 for a very undeserved score of 27. Hopefully Carrie Ann will be fired and move on to do movies soon or something, preferably adult movies, because she sucks. Amber and Derek are up next, and they dance a paso doble to Diablo Rojo by Rodrigo y Gabriela. Amber and Derek were both injured. Her knee is blown out, probably from lifting a hefty fork, and Derek needs a new back. He made the idiotic mistake of picking up his brick house of a dance partner last week during the team challenge, and he should sue himself for such spontaneous stupidity. Amber deserves an easy perfect score. It was extremely enjoyable to watch. Derek acted as a matador, and Amber utilized her dress as the matador's cape. It was excellent, poetic, and downright brilliant. With scores of 10 from Carrie Ann and Lynn and a 9 from Bruno, Amber received a score of 29 total points. And this is why Bruno needs to be fired immediately. His excuse for giving Amber a 9 was some sort of bullshit about her shoulders being held a certain way while dancing or something. I mean, this guy can just pull lies out of thin air. Anyway, Bill Engvall and Emma are up next, and they danced a quick step to Viva Las Vegas by Elvis Presley. Bill Engvall's quick step looked more like a slow step. His performance was not only slow, it was boring and looked an awful lot like an aerobic workout for senior citizens. He honestly deserves a score of 15. Carrie Ann and Bruno give Bill 8s, while Lynn gives Bill a 7 for a total score of 23. Nicole and Sasha danced the samba to Hey Mama by the Black Eyed Peas. Nicole had an okay performance. There didn't appear to be much difficulty in her movements, and that's something that I personally look for when I judge the scores that I would like for them to receive. And I wish it would have been something in there to make it more interesting, such as, some big moves. I just was not, it just wasn't interesting in my opinion, and it was slightly better than Jack's performance. She deserved a score of 23 in my opinion. However, seeing that Jack got 27 points, she should get a 28 or 29 just based off of that. The judges give Nicole 9s for a total of 27. Corbin and Karina's turn, the dance I've been waiting for. They danced the Cha-Cha-Cha to Pumpin' Blood by No No No. Corbin and Karina's dance was energetic, fluid, and very natural looking. They appeared to perform every movement with ease. These two artists were born to be dancers. A perfect score is a must for this absolutely flawless performance. Carrie Ann and Bruno gave Corbin a 10, and Lynn gave Corbin a 9. And in my best Donald Trump impression, you're fired. Now that we have the individual dances out of the way, it's time for the team freestyle dance competition. The celebrities pair off into teams of 4, and first up is Team Spooky Bomb Bomb, which consists of Elizabeth and Val, Billy and Emma, Nicole and Sasha, Leah and Tony. Spooky Bomb Bomb freestyle dance to Bomb Bomb by Sam and the Womp. Nicole rocked it. She really made up for her not so good solo dance. She came through flipping, and her partner was lifting her up and in the air and spinning her around almost on his finger like a Harlem Globetrotter. I mean, it was really impressive. Then Val jumped over Elizabeth's head. Now, not like Jacoby Jones. She bent down for this movement. And then Leah Remini steps up and, well, she's just not a dancer. That's the nicest critique that I can give her. And anyway, Bill was okay, I guess. He was all right for what he was doing. At the end, the guys got together and tossed little Nicole in the air like a cheerleader in high school. And I mean, they threw her way up in the air. And, I think they may have been trying to make her fall. But they caught her in the end. Nicole was the best in the whole dance. And yes, she was even better than Elizabeth in the team dance tonight, believe it or not. They deserved a score of 25 in my assessment overall. But with straight 9s from the judges, they received a score of 27. Not too far off. The second team is named Foxing Awesome, which consists of Amber and Derek, Corbin and Karina, Jack and Cheryl, and Brant and Peter. Foxing Awesome danced the freestyle to The Fox, What Does the Fox Say by Elvis, with a Y. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. YLVIS. Anyway. Amber did well, being one of the best dancers in the competition. She was one of the best, in this freestyle competition as expected. Brant did okay, not bad at all. Then all of a sudden, Corbin comes in like a tidal wave and kills everything in sight. It was one of the most enjoyable dances of the whole season. Then Jack comes in and, well, it was Jack, so what do you expect? He sucked. Overall, it looked like a big Broadway play-style production with Fox costumes and all. It was amazing. I am honestly not a huge fan of dance. And man, this was something else. Totally deserved an easy breezy 30 because Corbin's performance was that good. Kudos to Amber, Brant, and Corbin Blue. And they receive a score of 30. 10s from all the judges. They got it right this time. Anyway, after the dance competition, we're notified that someone from Team Spooky Bomb Bomb is going to be eliminated tonight. And that person was Nicole Snooki Polizzi. And she took the news really hard. She was crying and just luckily for the janitor, there wasn't a shard of glass on the floor because she totally looked like a cutter. I mean, if you saw the look in her eyes, she looked like she was just ready to end it all there. Just saying. Anyway, I will have next week's recap and review up probably on Tuesday. It took me to Wednesday to post it on my blog and to Thursday to post it on YouTube. But I'll have it ready faster next week. I had technical difficulties. Sorry. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will be posting a crap load more of news, reviews, and recaps about reality TV, celebrities, and so much more. See you next time.